Get ready for a celestial treat in October 2025. A unique and captivating phenomenon is about to unfold, and it's a sight you won't want to miss. The harvest moon, usually a September affair, is making a rare appearance in October this year, and it's bringing along its bigger, brighter cousin, the supermoon. Imagine a full moon, slightly larger and more radiant than usual, rising above the horizon just as the sun sets. It's a breathtaking moment that will leave you in awe. I still remember the first time I witnessed such a moon. It was like a magical lantern illuminating the night sky. But here's where it gets controversial. Why is this harvest moon different? Well, it's all about timing and the moon's orbit. Most years, the harvest moon occurs in September, but in 2025, the full moon closest to the autumnal equinox falls in early October. This shift creates a unique scenario where the moon is also at its closest point to Earth, resulting in a supermoon spectacle. The math might be a bit tricky, but the feeling is simple. Expect a full moon on October 7, 2025 UTC, with the moon reaching its closest approach within a day. This proximity makes the moon appear up to 14% larger and around 30% brighter, a noticeable difference when it's hanging low over the cityscape or the ocean. And this is the part most people miss. The moon's cycle is slightly shorter than our months, causing it to slide forward each year. Sometimes, the September full moon is too far from the equinox, and the October moon sneaks in, claiming the harvest moon title. Add to that the moon's orbit, which brings it closest to Earth at its own rhythm, and you've got the perfect recipe for a headline-worthy night. So when and how can you witness this extraordinary event? Mark your calendars for the evenings of October 6th to 8th, with the main event on October 7th. Local dates may vary. The full moon rises around sunset and sets around sunrise, so head east as the sky softens and catch that first glimpse of orange above the chimneys or trees. It's a simple, low-tech rule, but one that will reward your patience. Whether you're in the city or the countryside, the horizon is your stage. Find a spot with an unobstructed eastern view, like a canal path, a hill, or a seaside promenade. We've all experienced those magical moments when the clouds part and the moon reveals itself. On this night, it's worth taking that extra step, grab a coat, spare a few minutes, and stroll home at a leisurely pace. Think of the moon as a performer who appreciates a well-crafted setting. If the weather is unpredictable, give yourself a 48-hour window around the full moon. The nights before and after can look nearly identical. You don't need fancy gear, you need a place where you won't be rushed, advises a seasoned stargazer from Northumberland. Here's a quick guide for your moon viewing adventure. Best time to look: around local sunset for the warmest, biggest tint near the horizon. Where to face: east at moonrise, west at moonset. Use a compass app if needed. Simple kit: a warm layer, a red mode torch, and patience for cloud cover. Photography tip: use landmarks or water to scale, reduce exposure to avoid overexposure. So what makes this a supermoon? Well, it's not an official scientific term, but it's a handy one. In practical terms, it means the full moon coincides with the moon's closest approach to Earth, known as perigee. This proximity adds a subtle punch of brightness and size that your brain notices best when the moon has a backdrop, a familiar skyline, a cathedral, or a train track. There's also the famous moon illusion at low altitudes, making it appear enormous near the horizon. Your mind compares it to familiar objects, exaggerating its scale. The key is to catch it low the first 30 minutes after moonrise or the last 30 before moonset. Light pollution might dim the Milky Way, but it won't dull the moon's brilliance. You can observe this from your backyard or a bustling sidewalk, and the experience will still feel incredibly intimate. If you venture to darker areas, the reward is in the landscape, the way the light bathes the fields or coastal paths, casting long shadows and a glowing ground. Your mini plan for the night. Start with a map and find an eastern horizon spot for moonrise, a river bridge, a hill crest, or a car park with a sky view. Note local sunset time, and arrive early to adjust your eyes. If you're in the UK, it'll be crisp jacket weather in early October evening. Use simple tools like moon phase apps or quick online searches. For photos, go wide, include people or buildings for scale, and try burst mode. Give clouds some leeway, they drift and reopen. If you miss the exact rise, the climb is gradual and beautiful. This is a perfect family-friendly outing, no late nights or rural treks. Commuters can pause on a bridge, and early risers can catch the moon's descent before dawn. In a busy year, this small, bright ritual is a welcome break. You don't need labels, but names create space. Harvest Moon hints at the practical glow that extended farming hours, and this October twist weaves that story into our modern lives. The first supermoon of 2025 adds a touch of drama, a reminder to pay attention to nature's punctuality. There's a quiet inclusivity to it. Night shift workers, kids at the window, runners, smokers, grandparents, and delivery drivers, everyone can witness it. It's that moment of silence when the moon rises above the rooftops, and the entire street seems to inhale and exhale as one. Key points to remember. Rare October harvest moon, full moon nearest the equinox in early October 2025. 2025's first supermoon, full moon aligns near perigee, appearing larger and brighter. Best viewing window, October 6th to 8th evenings, with October 7th at the center, look east at sunset. FAQ. When exactly is the 2025 harvest moon? Full phase on October 7, 2025 UTC, with similar views on October 6th to 8th depending on time zones. Why is it called a harvest moon? Closest full moon to the autumnal equinox, providing extra twilight for harvesting. What makes it a supermoon? Full moon near perigee, appearing up to 14% larger and noticeably brighter. Best time and direction to look. East at local sunset for moonrise, west at moonset before dawn. Low-altitude views are most dramatic. Do I need special equipment or a dark sky sight? No, enjoy it from anywhere, binoculars add texture, and a dark horizon enhances scenery.